Compliments of the season and welcome to Nationwide. I am Olajide Bello. Many thanks for joining us. Remember, you can watch this broadcast live on our website, nta.ng/live, and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen. The Vice President Kashim Shettima has commended Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State for prompt execution of meaningful projects. He gave the commendation during the inauguration of the remodeled Governor's office at the Kano Government House. Abdullahi Mustafa has the details.
This is the first time the Kano Governor's Office complex is undergoing total renovation in 2 decades. Not only was it renovated, but remodeled. The building consists of a council chamber, an executive conference hall, and a VIP lounge. Vice President Shettima, who was joined by the Deputy Senate President Barrow Jibril and Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, commended the commitment of Governor Yusuf in ensuring timely execution of the project, describing it as a step towards creating a conducive atmosphere for the provision of good governance in the most efficient manner. The complex was built by the first military administrator of the state, late Commissioner of Police Audu Bago, who governed the state between 1967 and 1975. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
For the past 20 years, the harrowing experiences occasioned by communal, religious, and ethnic crises in Plateau State are one too many. As a result of this, Vice President Kashim Shettima and the National Security Advisor, Nouri Badu, says enough is enough. The duo expressed this concern while on a sympathy visit to Plateau State over the recent crisis in Bukas, Mangu and Barkin-Ladi local government areas that claimed many lives and property. Ilyasu Yakubu reports.
The visit of the Vice President Kashim Shettima to identify with the victims of the crisis elicited the feeling of sense of belonging among the victims. The Vice President said the lost glory of Plateau State as home of peace and tourism must be restored as he directed security agencies to fish out the perpetrators. He expressed sadness over what he described as unnecessary taking of human lives and appeal for peace to reign.
There is no religion that sanctions the killing of the innocent. But most importantly, this government is determined to dispense justice.
We have to find in our own heart and by our own actions, with our own resolve and commitment, and say enough is enough.
Plateau State Governor Caleb Manasseh Mutfwan thanked the Vice President for the show of solidarity and promised to work with all relevant stakeholders for the entrenchment of peace on the plateau.
We, the leaders of the plateau, will become united.
Amen.
And I want to believe that the seed of that unity has been sown, that the blood of the innocent lives have been shed will continue to speak to our conscience, that we will rise to the occasion. Enough is enough.
The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has been directed by the Vice President to immediately commence the distribution of relief materials to cushion the effects of the crisis.
The materials have been loaded, and like I assured the Vice President, these materials will start arriving the state capital in another 2 hours.
The Vice President charged traditional rulers and opinion leaders to always dialogue among the people to prevent bloodshed. From Bokos local government in the area of Plateau State, Ilyasu Yakubu, NTA.
And away from the Plateau State crisis, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu mourns the death of Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, describing his demise as the loss of a visionary leader. In a statement, the First Lady expresses her deepest condolences to the immediate family of the governor, as well as government and people of Ondo State in their moment of grief, noting that late Governor Akeredolu will be remembered for his commitment to public service and dedication to the betterment of Ondo State. The First Lady praised that his wife Betty Akeredolu, their children and the people of Ondo State find strength, solace during this trying period. And meanwhile, the late Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu will be remembered for his valuable contributions to advancing the cause of democracy and legal profession as the state and Nigeria in particular continue to mourn his passing. For this and more on his life and times, Ifeoluwa Omoshole has details.
Katie, as he was fondly called, was born into the family of Ola Akeredolu, a Reverend, and Grace Akeredolu, a lady evangelist. He was the fourth of 6 children. His early life was shaped by his family's strong Christian values and commitment to education. He had his primary education at the government school of War, his hometown. For his secondary education, he attended 3 schools: Aquinas College, Akure, Loyola College, Ibadan, and Comprehensive High School, Ayetoro, where he obtained his higher school certificate. He later gained admission to the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, to study law. Graduating in 1977, he was called to the Nigerian Bar in 1978 and became a Senior Advocate of Nigeria (SAN) in 1998. While at the university, Akeredolu was an active student leader. He served as the president of the Law Students Society and was a member of the National Union of Nigerian Students. Late Governor Akeredolu began his legal career as a junior counsel at the law firm of Alex Ibru and Co. In 1997, he was appointed Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice for Ondo State. He served in his role until 1999. He was also the chairman of the Legal Aid Council between 2005 and 2006. He was president of the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) from 2008 to 2010. Akeredolu was also a managing partner at the law firm of Olujimi and Akeredolu, where he co-founded with Akin Olujimi, a former Attorney General and Minister for Justice in Nigeria. Akeredolu's career in law was not just a profession, it was a testament to his unshaken belief in justice and the rule of law. Late Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu first contested the Ondo governorship election in 2012 on the platform of the then Action Congress of Nigeria (ACN), but lost to Olusegun Mimiko. He was the first interim chairman of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in Ondo.
It's a very sad event and a story to add about that story, because the man we are talking about, the Governor Akeredolu, well, during his lifetime was a very good man.
I thank God for his life. He has done his own, the little he can do before he passed away.
The senior lawyer ran again in 2016 as the APC candidate and won the election, defeating Eyitayo Jegede of the People's Democratic Party in the governorship election. He was re-elected for a second term in 2020 despite facing challenges within the party and allegations of ill health. Until his demise, he was the chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum. He led the Southwest Governors to establish the Western Nigeria Security Network, known as Amotekun, to protect the region against criminality. Late Governor Akeredolu first left Nigeria in June for medical attention in Germany, following a letter sent to the Ondo State House of Assembly on his intention to embark on a 21-day leave. He asked Lucky Ayedatiwa, his deputy, to act in his stead. On September 7, he returned to Nigeria after a 3-month medical leave in Germany, but settled in their Akopindogba residence in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. He resumed leadership of the state, but continued to discharge his duties from Ibadan, a development that pitted Akeredolu's loyalists against his deputy, eventually resulting in impeachment moves against Ayedatiwa. On November 24, President Bola Tinubu waded into the Cold War and rift between Akeredolu and Ayedatiwa. On December 13, he embarked on another medical leave as a follow-up to his treatment, but this time around, he handed over the state to his deputy. He never made it back. Akeredolu celebrated his wife Betty in July 2022 as she clocked 69 years old and promised to be on her side when she's 70. Akeredolu was married to Betty Anyanwu and the couple was blessed with 4 children. Betty, who hails from Imo State, said they met during the National Youth Service Corps and it was love at first sight. Betty is a breast cancer survivor. In October 2022, former President Buhari conferred on him the national honor of the Commander of the Order of Niger (CON). His hobbies include lawn tennis, reading and singing. As a testament to his simplicity, sense of connection to his roots, Akeredolu adopted Arakunrin, meaning Mr., as a prefix to his name in place of His Excellency. In Akure, Ifeoluwa Omoshile, NTA News.
And meanwhile, Ondo State Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has announced a 3-day period state mourning in honor of late Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, former governor of the state who died in the early hours of Wednesday. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the governor says this period of mourning with fasting and prayers takes effect from Thursday, December 28th to Saturday, December 30th, 2023, adding that all national flags are to be flown at half-mast in reflection of the mood of the state for 7 days. The governor also announced the suspension of state government ceremonies during this period of mourning. Meanwhile, condolence registers have been opened at the governor's office and government house in Akure, as well as state liaison offices in Lagos and Abuja. Now let's join Ifeoluwa Omoshile in Owo, the country home of the late governor, to keep us up to speed with happenings there. Ife, can you tell us what's the mood like in Owo, the country home of the late governor?
Thank you, Olajide. The people of Owo are currently mourning their hero at this time, as they described his death as a monumental loss.
Okay, Ife, have you interacted with like anybody when you got there to, to tell you whom Akeredolu was? Was he a grassroots politician, or what did you find out?
Yes, we spoke with some of the residents and indigenes who eulogized him and called him a very great man who brought development to the city of Owo, especially with the road infrastructure they are currently enjoying, and in terms of security by facilitating and fighting for the establishment of Amotekun, a security outfit in the southwest.
So what would they actually miss him for now? And what are the plans in his country home for him?
They actually noted that he promised more developmental projects, but hearing of his sudden demise is kind of devastating to them, and they feel that the government at both the federal and the state level should immortalize him.
Did you visit the family house of the late governor, and what did you observe there?
We got there. We only met security personnel who told us there is no family member to be spoken with at that time. So we only met them, and then we met that there is a condolence register opened for sympathizers.
Okay, so what next after the demise of the late governor? Are there going to be maybe like some sort of ceremonies to be performed, or what else did you find out?
We were not able to talk to any member of his family, so we are not aware of any plan, but we hope that the family will give a release very soon on burial arrangements for the late governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu.
All right, many thanks, Ifeoluwa Omoshile from Owo, keeping us up to speed with happenings from the late governor's country home. Many thanks for your inputs.
Hello, I didn't get that, please.
Many thanks, Ifeoluwa, for your inputs and for keeping us up to speed with happenings.
Thanks so much, Olajide.
Many thanks. Moving on to the diaspora scene, the acting Nigerian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Ambassador Nta, has admonished Nigerians in the diaspora to continue to promote unity despite our diversity. He made the call at the end-of-year celebration by Nigerians living in the United Kingdom. Correspondent Olawale Hamzat reports.
Oh yes, I see you, fine gentlemen.
Members drawn from various groups under the umbrella of the Central Association of Nigerians in the UK, CANOC, gathered to thank God for an eventful 2023. Adorned in their colorful traditional attires and elegant fabrics, the women and men were treated to a delectable music performance by the sax band. The acting Nigerian High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Ambassador Nta, admonished Nigerians in the diaspora to continue to support each other where necessary.
Our ability to transcend tribal, religious, and regional differences is not only a testament to the resilience of our people, but also to the potentials we possess when we stand together as one community.
We've had a good year. It's been a tough year. We're still standing. CANOC is waxing strong. We're going from strength to strength. We look forward to 2024. We hope it's going to be a happy and prosperous year.
I'm so proud to be a Nigerian, and I'm so proud to be part of this association because we meet together, we support one another. Anywhere people have shortcomings, we find a solution to support each other.
The event was spiced by some cultural dances and iconic performances. Olawale Hamzat, NTA, London.
And back in Nigeria, as part of efforts to give children a treat during the festive season, the Cross River State government has taken the Calabar Festival to a new dimension with the reintroduction of a children carnival to build talents and values meant to secure a brighter future for the younger generation. Justin Itham reports.
The Children Carnival procession commenced at the Botanical Garden through the 6 kilometers carnival routes. It's a spectacle of distinctive colors, elegance and beautiful costumes, a reflection of celebration that comes with the festive season as competing bands entertained phone seekers and judges with electrifying performances. There is no doubt that Christmas celebration is incomplete without the consideration of children. The reason the Governor 2 administration is utilizing this platform to reach out to the young ones and give them a sense of belonging.
Children are the future of any great nation. To encourage them in one way or the other, values of the society. As a nation, as a people, we raise a voice for humanity. This is the Humanity Carnival, and it's time for our children to exercise and get stronger.
The excitement on the faces of fun seekers and revelers is evidence of the joy that Carnival has brought to the streets.
I came all the way from Adamawa State just for this celebration. They're giving us their best.
The children are doing so well. I love the dance.
Dancing from a younger age is very important.
7 competing bands participated in the Children Carnival. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
A Christmas celebration is a period that reminds people from different tribes and religions on the need for sincere unity. Though the celebration has come and gone, it has left the people with so many lessons to reckon with. In Kaduna State, before and even during the Christmas celebration, Muslim community identified with their Christian brothers, apart from attending church services, also sponsored the Christmas carol in various churches. Muhammad Umar Ajingi has an update on the level of unity among the diverse people of Kaduna State.
With a population of nearly 10 million people, Kaduna State is home to people from different parts of Nigeria speaking different languages and practicing religion of their own wish. For time immemorial, market has been one of the places depicting real unity beyond commentaries on the media, where people, irrespective of their religious, region, or ethnic differences, converge on a daily basis as one family with just one common goal. When you come to the market, do you used to differentiate between Hausa, Yoruba, and Fulani?
I don't used to differentiate anyone. All we are together.
You can see, if you look around now, you have diverse culture here. All these women selling things, they are diverse. They are not of the same people. So we all come to the same market. So we are all supposed to be one.
We stay in one family and we stay in peace.
The contributions of these diverse people in the market, adding value to the state's economic growth, is largely responsible for the development of the state, in spite of the differences. A real testimony of the fact that the growth of the state lies in its diversity, and this unity to achieve a common result for a better society for all goes beyond the marketplaces. A number of communities in Kaduna State have understood this fact so well. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
Now let's join Muhammad Umar Ajingi in Kaduna for a live update on some of the issues raised in the course of this report. Umar, you said during, before and even after the Christmas celebrations that there was this brotherhood between both Muslims and Christians. What do you think was responsible?
Yes, though the Christmas has come and gone, but it has left a lot of lessons in the minds of many people here in Kaduna State, and of course in the nation generally. And of course, most importantly, the lesson is left the people with is that of unity, brotherhood, togetherness. The unity of staying together in spite of the differences, for people to unite together, to come together and celebrate the Christmas. Here in Kaduna State, we've seen such kind of unity really displayed. On the eve of the Christmas, I was in the market, like you saw on that report, where people, irrespective of their differences, converge for just one common goal, either to buy one or two things or to transact their businesses irrespective of the differences. As well, a few days before the Christmas, the state governor himself was at the Equa English Service Church in Sabon Tesha, where he attended the Christmas carol. You could see the show of love, you could see the excitement and happiness on the faces of the Christian community here in Kaduna State. They were excited for the governor to have come personally himself to the church to identify with them. On the Christmas day too, here in Kaduna State, a lot of Muslim communities attended the church service in various churches here in Kaduna. On that Christmas day, I was at Tudumbiri, where the accidental drum misfire incident happened, to see how the Christmas community are celebrating their Christmas. What I've saw there is of great interest, of course, to many people, of course, in this country, is the kind of commitment from the Muslim community who have come to the church in their large numbers to celebrate with their Christian brothers. These are the kind of gesture the religious leaders and also stakeholders here in Kaduna State and of course in the entire country have been urging and calling on Nigerians to sustain, not only during festive periods like Christmas or New Year, but it should be a daily affair for people to show love to each other, to put smiles on the faces of the less privileged in the society, particularly people who could not afford some of their basic needs on the Christmas day, like food and so many other things.
Many thanks, Muhammad Umar Ajingi, giving us updates from Kaduna State. Many thanks. All right, let's join Salamatu in Kaduna for more on Nationwide. Salamatu, compliments of the season.
Compliment of the season and a warm welcome to Kaduna. The need for traditional and religious leaders to join hands with government in addressing the problems of conflicts and insecurity in Kaduna State has again been emphasized at a one-day consultative dialogue for peaceful coexistence and harmonious relations in the state held in Zaria. Sagir Muhammad Awal has the details.
For more than 2 decades, Kaduna State has witnessed a series of violence disturbances. This has greatly affected peaceful coexistence and development. Kaduna State Peace Commission conveyed stakeholders' dialogue as a proactive strategy to sustain peace and harmonious coexistence.
We are working to develop a strategic pathway for Kaduna State to work to ensure that within the next 5 years, the state is peaceful, secured, and prosperous.
Emir of Lere, Engineer Suleiman Omar, and other stakeholders emphasized the need for traditional and religious leaders to play an active role in conflict monitoring and mitigation in their areas.
I believe when these deliberations are fully reviewed and sensitized, there will be a very good document.
Traditional rulers and everybody to come up with what really we can offer.
The essence of this program is to see how views can be galvanized, how thoughts can be shared, how decisions can be reached.
There was a panel discussion on the role of traditional and religious leaders in the provision of inclusive security and strengthening of peaceful coexistence. From Zaria, Sagib Muhammad Awal, NTA News.
Similarly, to increase the rate of enrollment of students into the higher institutions in the north and put to rest the challenges faced by the students while seeking for admission in other institutions across the country, the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation has resolved to build Arewa Unity University in Kaduna State. Chairman of the Board of Trustees of the foundation and former Governor of Niger State, Muazu Babangida Aliyu, disclosed this development when he visited the Kaduna State Governor, Senator Ubasani. Muhammad Umar Ajingi tells us more.
This meeting between the leaders of the Sir Ahmadu Bello Memorial Foundation and the Kaduna State government is to find an alternative for a number of youths in the north seeking for admission in high institutions, for the region to have more productive graduates that will add value to the economic growth of the northern region.
There are some states in northern Nigeria that have over 2 million out-of-school children. Here in Kaduna, we have about 600,000. And for me, it's unacceptable because if we want to achieve anything, we must ensure that everyone that deserves to go to school in northern Nigeria.
He has given us 100 hectares of land for the Arewa Unity University, which the foundation wants to promote. Kaduna is the political and spiritual capital of northern states, and that the northern governors must meet regularly in Kaduna, and he has promised that he would do that. In fact, he told us that he is dedicating a whole building for the secretariat of the Governors Forum.
The state government promised to work together with the foundation to accelerate the development of education in the north, particularly reducing the number of out-of-school children. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
Minister of State for Defense Mohammed Bello urges senior officers of the Nigerian Army to redouble their efforts and synergize across services to combat the nation's emerging security threats. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the minister made the appeal at the investiture of a newly promoted senior army officers in Abuja.
The dreams and aspiration of every military officer is to rise to the peak of their career, particularly the enviable rank of a major general. So, to these 47 brigadier generals, elevated to a 2-star general, it is a dream come true.
Your promotion is a testament of your many years of hard work, dedication, and the commitment to serving our great nation. As a Nigerian, I know firsthand the sacrifices that come with attaining the height of it takes. It is a lot of courage, discipline, and resilience to rise through the rank of major generals.
These 47 in the words of the Chief of Army Staff, promotion comes from God, but hard work and commitment to duty are also critical.
I must acknowledge that the process that produced the 47 major generals we have just decorated may not have been perfect, but I must add that it was as fair and thorough as possible to produce near-perfect results.
75 other promoted senior officers are to be decorated in their various units and formations. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
To ensure an efficient and citizens-friendly police force, top management staff of the Ministry of Police Affairs are strategizing on how to confront the challenges facing the force with a view to addressing them. Francis Fom reports.
And Executive Secretary.
This is the last management retreat for top officers of the Ministry of Police Affairs for year 2023. The objective here is to inspire collective commitment in order to align with the efforts of the ministerial mandate towards the realization of the renewed hope agenda of the Tinubu-led administration in the internal security sector.
The process of revisioning the ministry should focus on strategically repositioning it to adeptly address the challenges and issues encountered by the force, while yet adhering to its core mandate.
The Minister of State Police Affairs reminded participants that the ministry must bear this weighty responsibility of ensuring coordination and creating the enabling framework to steer the Nigeria Police Force towards improving technical and operational effectiveness.
Our nation looks to us for anticipation. I am confident that with our collective expertise, commitment, we can overcome challenges and usher in a new era of excellence in policing in Nigeria.
Meanwhile, participants have advocated the need for efficient deployment of modern technology to support the fight against crime and criminality in the country. The 2-day retreat with the theme, Envisioning the Ministry of Police Affairs for Effective Internal Security, Strengthening Administration and Management Functions for Resilience and Efficiency. Francis Fom, NTA News.
Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps Sokoto State Command has paraded a syndicate of 9 suspects that specialize in producing pillows using waste. Dalhatu Abdullahi reports.
9 suspects, 4 are adults and 5 teenage scavengers. They were allegedly caught using waste materials such as used sanitary pads, pampers and rags, among others, in the making of the pillows. So far, large quantities of the product have reached the market for sale to unsuspecting customers. The command called on the general public to remain vigilant to avoid dealing with these products manufactured in an unhygienic manner.
This kind of situation is very dangerous to mental and physical health of the society. You have people, developing illnesses that you don't even know the causes.
The management of Sokoto Central Market and that of Sokoto State Environmental Sanitation Agency assured of enhanced collaboration with the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps and other agencies in ensuring the well-being of the society.
We'll make sure that we are going from a task force committee to go around and seize all these kind of articles and make sure that it has been destroyed and stopped for reoccurrence.
The suspects will face prosecution on completion of investigations by the command. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
You're watching Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Another break beckons. The news continues shortly. Many thanks for being there. Now let's join Bilkisu in Jos with more updates on Nationwide. Bilkisu, compliments of the season.
Jos. Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Taurid Lagbaja says the Army headquarters has initiated several welfare packages that will directly impact the lives of troops and their families. This was in a message to the end-of-year luncheon in honor of officers and troops of Operation Safe Haven in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. Priscilla Grumnan reports.
The end-of-year luncheon is a tradition of the Army to appreciate officers and soldiers for their efforts in tackling numerous security challenges confronting the nation. Chief of Army Staff represented commends the courage and resilience of the soldiers in safeguarding territorial integrity of the country and pledges to provide them with the requisite logistics to carry out their constitutional obligations effectively.
With the support of the executive and legislative arms of government, the Army headquarters will be able to boost the fiscal, moral, and conceptual components of our fighting power.
This gathering provides us with an invaluable opportunity to reflect on our collective achievements and express our gratitude to the unwavering support and leadership we have received throughout the year.
Governor Caleb Mutfwang lauded the troops for their dedication at ensuring safety of Plateau citizens and assures of his administration's resolve to supporting security agencies in tackling challenges confronting the state.
Be rest assured of my support and that of the good people of Plateau State. Your efforts towards restoring total peace to Plateau State in particular and Nigeria in general.
The luncheon was also attended by other heads of security agencies, traditional rulers, and religious leaders in the state. In Jos, Priscilla Grumnan, NTA News.
Chairperson of Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association 3 Division Chapter, Fibishola Abubakar, has urged wives of the personnel to remain supportive of their husbands by making their homes peaceful. She stated this at the distribution of palliatives to wives and widows at the end of year outreach in 3 Division Headquarters, Jos. Indiang and Abagang has details.
The palliatives were given to the beneficiaries in recognition of their selfless sacrifices and endurance. Chairperson of Naowa 3 Division Chapter, Fibishola Abubakar, says the gesture is in tune with the vision of the association in fostering unity and togetherness, urging them to uphold the values of love and support for the family.
Let us remember that the spirit of comradeship and support within our military community is unwavering. Let us continue to stand together, offering our support and compassion to those who need it the most.
Today's event is not just about the distribution of palliative. It is a humble gesture to acknowledge their contribution to our military community.
She appreciated the General Officer Commanding 3 Division, Major General Abdusalam Abubakar, for supporting Nawa's activities as beneficiaries. We are full of gratitude to the association for the kind gesture, which they say will go a long way in easing their plight.
We are truly grateful for your continuous in ensuring the welfare of our families. Your effort is highly commendable and highly appreciated.
Each of the 350 members and widows smiled home with food items. In Jos, Indenyan and their gang, NTA News.
That's our contribution from Jos. Is back to Olajide in Abuja for the continuation of Nationwide.
Many thanks, Bilkisu. And moving on, a federal government's plan on food security and poverty alleviation received a boost through the distribution of bags of fertilizer to over 1,000 farmers in Ogun East Senatorial District. Anthony Gandono reports that former Ogun State Governor and Senator representing Ogun East Senatorial District, Senator Gbenga Daniel, facilitated the acquisition of the farm input.
The farmers under the aegis of All Farmers Association of Nigeria Ogun East Senatorial District, numbering over 1,500, converged to benefit from the gesture courtesy Senator Nta Daniel. Speakers include the state chairperson, All Farmers Association of Nigeria. The program will not only increase food production for beneficiaries, but also grow the economy of the state.
The fertilizer that it was given out is not for paying. Is for giving out. He really tried, and I'm not shocked about it.
They should apply the fertilizer in the manner that is supposed to be on their farms. It should not be sold, so that our productivity in Ogun East can increase.
Facilitator of the program, Senator Nta Daniel, said distribution of fertilizer to farmers is one of his many programs of cushioning the effects of fuel subsidy removal on the people of his constituency.
Chapter. We are hopeful that this sort of initiative will help to alleviate the level of poverty and the level of food crisis people are having in our country.
Beneficiaries expressed gratitude to President Bola Tinubu and Senator Nta Daniel for the gesture.
We appreciate if there is more incentives from the federal government, state government, and other NGOs.
I thank God for his life first, because the man has been doing wonders in all ratifications. He has been performing well.
They, however, promised not to divert the facility to another way, but use it for boosting the agricultural production next year farming season. In Ijebu-Ode, Anthony Gandonu, NTA News.
And talking sports, reigning African female best player of the year, Nigeria's Asisat Oshoala has presented her award to President Bola Tinubu and the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu. She made the presentation at the Ikoyi residence of the president. While receiving Oshoala, the president thanked her for her feat. In fact, winning the award for the 6th time is not only historical, but helps to reinforce Nigeria's leadership position in sports.
It's very uplifting for us and the country to have Oshoala winning the African Footballer of the Year for female. It means the female sport and athletes will be fully, encouraged and recognized.
For the First Lady, who earned the title of Soccer Mom for her support to the Super Falcons during the outing at the last Women's Soccer Mondial in Australia and New Zealand, Oshoala record lifting of the award is an inspiration for women in the country.
We have a lot, like what Mr. President said. Since I have a youth camp, that she's telling me about the youth soccer academy that she has, and I think we have more to do with that. The youth camp is ready. I was just saying after this meeting, we'll sit down, we'll have a private talk.
Speaking to State House correspondents after the presentation, Oshoala applauded the support of the First Lady to the team when it mattered most.
I think I first of all would really love to appreciate the President and the First Lady for actually giving me the opportunity to present the award to them, because I feel like during the World Cup tournament we had a couple of issues and they came in to actually help us out, and especially Mommy after the tournament, she actually stretched a supportive hand towards the girls and all of that. And if something good is coming out of that team, I think it's only right for her to be aware and also shown this thing, and so she knows that we really do appreciate her support.
And that concludes Nationwide. Many thanks for being a part of it. I am Olajide Bello.
Reform may be painful, but it is what greatness and the future require. We now carry the course of reaching a future Nigeria where the abundance and fruit of the nation are fairly shared among all, not hoarded by a select and greedy few. A Nigeria where hunger, poverty,